Now you guys may probably know that I've recently restored my BMW, and it was an exciting journey, spanning across different experts across the industry, people like Adrian Mark, people like Darren Chang, Desmond, Mike Yap, one performance modifications, suspension tuning experts, detailing experts, and there's only one thing that all of them claims that is in common across the board. A good feel is one that cleans your engine so well that your engines get to perform in its optimum performance all the time. And just like how Shell V-Power is my unbeatable choice, these experts too believe in a fuel that truly allows the engine to perform. Join me on this series and we go on a journey of listening to experts. Alright, we're there. You abandoned A8. Okay. Let's stop in front of the entrance. He's known as a Porsche lover. Don't be rude, especially if you're a British gentleman. British, you know British? Huh? Can I have a bottle of water? Yo, bro.
Yes, bro. Hi.
This is the Porsche lover, the expert for Porsches. Haha.
Alright.
Okay lah, we don't need to act already.
Okay, just jalan lah.
So why the Porsche lover?
The Porsche level was actually a handle I created because previously I was driving Porsches. I was a bit afraid of my own personal life privacy reasons
Okay.
So I didn't want to use my real name, so I used the Porsche level handle instead. So you just document the drives, the cars and everything. Then of course during MCO, I created a YouTube channel.
Yes.
And then I used the same handle as well because it was only natural, the same, very, very similar to my passion and interest.
And now everybody knows.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Adrian Mark, the Porsche lover.
First of all, wristwatch check.
Yeah, follow his YouTube, Insta,
Yes.
and Facebook.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he always do a wristwatch check.
Correct. Hi guys, Adrian here, the Porsche lover. As usual, we'll start with a wristwatch check. So on my wrist today is a Oris date pointer.
Which I couldn't because I only have one watch.
It's okay, it's the same watch, it doesn't
Today
matter.
wristwatch check is...
Today is a Tudor Black Bay 58.
Oh,
That's right.
How many Porsches you have?
2 currently.
Alright, which is?
My beautiful Golf, the 997.2.
Alright.
And the Speedy, a 97.1 Boxster.
Okay, so this Golf, this Speedy.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So how long you've had them?
This car since 2018, around I think April or May.
Yeah.
This one, actually I bought a Boxster last year during MCO, around August, September.
Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking to upgrade to something else. That didn't happen. So my client sold me this car. So I got this back in about March, April this year, 2021. Yeah.
But you guys have fixed Porsches for how many years?
For easily 10 years.
10 years.
Easily, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And all your workshops and all that, you guys have been in the business for how long?
We've been since 1984. So
1984?
84, correct.
So another 3 years we'll be celebrating 40 years.
Oh yeah, really?
40 years.
40 years.
Should celebrate, right?
Correct.
40 years.
40 years in the business.
Oh.
Correct. Yeah.
So, you yourself as a passionate Porsche owner, Porsche lover,
Alright.
and since you started the channel and all that, I see that a lot of Porsche enthusiasts have come over and look for you.
Correct.
And you solve their issues.
Correct.
Right? And then this one...
this one actually was a person who Googled us. So the car hasn't been driven for about a year already, of course due to MCO. So he took the car in earlier this week on Monday.
Yeah.
So he left the car us for us to check and see how to restore back the car to its former glory.
Yeah.
Yeah. As you everyone knows, the 96 was the car which saved Porsche from the brink of extinction, from bankruptcy, back in the early days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Correct.
Vandally King.
Yeah. Correct.
One thing I want to ask, why are these two Porsches the hood popped up?
Okay. Usually we see the cars easier. Yeah. So the Porsche, this is the front trunk, or they call it the frunk
Oh, the
Yeah.
engine is gone.
The engine's gone. It's an EV. It's an EV. It's an EV car. Yeah. So over here we can check the battery. The batteries are here. The windscreen washer, the brake fluids are all here lah, on the front of the car.
Both
yeah.
same lah.
Both the same, exactly. So, fun fact. If you see the front part, they actually use a lot of part sharing lah. So what part sharing means that exact same parts you see here and there is exactly the same. Even the hood are the same. Yeah, they share the parts among the generations.
Well, like how tidy it is.
Correct. Very clean, nothing. Yeah. Sorry for the mess. Yeah, this is these are all my drive stuff, and also of course a lot of my what they call it.
You did a video, essential stuff that you have.
Correct. And then the time also, I think Bobby's exhaust fell up, so we used all the stuff to rescue the car.
Yes, we
Yeah.
were driving,
Yeah.
and my exhaust just fell on the ground, and my hero here.
Yep, you're most welcome.
Oh.
Yeah, so me and Sia, our friend, we
Yeah.
actually helped him to push back the exhaust and cable tie it back so we can make it back from KKB to KL.
That
Right.
moment I look at the both of you, I was like, wow, you guys are so manly.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
And then CL came up, Bobby, learn how to fix cars. Be a real
Wow,
man. Be a
okay.
real man.
Wow. Okay, I would say the most basic thing you should do when you are a car owner would be to change the tires. Yeah. But again, that is a oxymoron because these days, new cars don't have any spare tires.
Yep.
Correct, it's all around flat already.
Throughout the years that you have, encountered so many cars, right?
Okay.
What are some of the things that you think are the easiest and where the owner can take care of their engines and all that? We always worry about that,
Okay,
right?
I see.
Yeah.
So I would say the easiest way to take care of the engine is to get the car serviced periodically on time. Yeah, that's the main thing, and also to use quality oil.
Yeah.
Because oil is very important because oil is the main thing that actually cleans up the engine and the car itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and if you use a lousy oil, it will actually create a lot of problems in the future for the engine.
Couldn't handle the heat. And all
Correct.
that, right?
Couldn't handle the heat. Yeah, that's right.
What would be a recommended interval for engine oil change?
We will recommend usually 10,000 km or 6 months whichever compass. Yeah, usually for fully synthetic oil. Yeah, correct.
What about you yourself?
Personally, I do 5,000 km.
5,000.
Yeah, 5,000
Very
km.
strict. You follow it. 5,000.
Straight 5,000 km, I'll do 5,000 km because I know I push my cars hard, I drive them hard, so 5,000 km is justifiable. Yeah.
I also do 5,000-6,000 km
Correct.
oil change, but I'm not as strict as you lah.
Yeah.
I think agak there already.
Correct.
I do that.
Yeah. Because at the same time also, another tip I would use also is that my gearbox oil I change every 20,000 km. Yeah, so because for me, very simple, if I change my gearbox every 20,000 km, if I do it, okay, let's say for example, once a year or once every 2 years,
Yep.
it's equivalent to me, the price I'll pay for the gearbox oil change is cheaper for me than me replacing the gearbox.
To overhaul the gearbox,
Yes,
right?
correct.
Right.
Especially the PDK gearbox, very expensive.
Yep.
Yeah,
I changed my gear oil about 30,000-40,000.
correct. That is a good benchmark.
Right.
Yeah.
So we know there's a certain brand that says that you don't need to change your gearbox oil, right? Is that true?
That is how to say a half. I would say half truth it's a lot of T and C. You need to read between the lines. Yeah. So when they say long life, it actually is already saying that long life is the lifetime of the car. So lifetime of the car, as we know those days in a generation, is about 7 years, 7 years. Yeah. So the gearbox will last you 7 years. Yeah, correct.
But even ZF themselves
Correct.
came out and said that you should change them
Yes, please.
at a certain interval,
Correct.
right?
You should. Yeah. Like for example, I'll give you an example. Porsche BTK, they actually ask you to change every 12 years or 180,000 km.
Oh,
It's a very, very long time. very long time. Yeah. So I'm sure they done their survey, their research and everything. But for me, as I shared earlier, Bobby, in Malaysia, the main killer for lubricants or oil will be the weather. Yeah, the weather is super hot. It's okay. It's also humid as well. So humidity does a lot of damage to the car in Malaysia, from the rubber to the oil and everything. Yeah, that's right.
What are some of the other things that you think is important as well to keep an engine's health?
Keep engine health, of course, will be, let's say earlier, the engine oil. Need to use the correct fuel.
Yep.
The correct fuel as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so the fuel that you use also is very important.
in terms of what's the rating.
Rating, correct.
Yeah, you did a video about that.
Correct. That's
Explaining. Please explain to people, does higher RON carry more energy?
No. It's all placebo. So a lot of people tell me when they try to pump RON 100 or RON 97 into a smaller CC car, it does nothing to the car. But of course, Malaysians being Malaysians, they say, oh, I pay more money, therefore it must be better. That is the placebo effect.
But it's not about CC also.
No, it's not.
You have an LS7 engine, a 6
Okay,
litre.
fair point. So okay, general rule of thumb, rule of thumb.
Yeah.
Anything below 2 litre or 2.5 litre, you pump the high from 95 to 97, it does not make any difference. In general, of course, we have turbocharged engines which require higher RON depending on the tuning of the engine and everything.
You also look at the compression ratio.
Correct, that's right, compression ratio.
The best rule of thumb is to look at what fuel is recommended for your car.
Correct,
right?
That's right. Yeah,
it's on the fuel cap, right?
It's on the fuel cap itself.
Does Porsche have that as
Yes,
well?
they do. Come.
Let's show people.
Let's show people. Here we go. Do you see over here?
What is your car rated?
98.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question I get a lot is that, let's say if it's 98, what do I pump? 95 or 97?
Yeah.
Yeah, so usually I'll just go for 97. I just recommend 97. So even like the Porsche themselves, if you put the 95 in, you won't feel a difference when you're driving normally. It's only when you push it to about 6,000-7,000 RPM, then yes, you can feel the difference.
Yeah.
Otherwise, at normal driving, you won't feel difference at all. So I would say.
So for fuel, which one is which thing is more important?
Okay.
A very, very high RON, or one that really, really cleans your engine?
I would say the additives in the engine, the one that cleans the engine.
The one that cleans is important, right?
Correct, that's right. Yeah.
Anything that burns, you will create a layer of carbon and all that, darken. And I heard an interesting thing from Mike yesterday.
Okay.
He said, if your car is not rated for high RON,
Correct.
but your fuel is dirty,
Okay.
you accumulate more and more carbon in your combustion chamber,
Okay.
you will need high RON soon.
Yes, that's right. What happens is that the build of carbon in the engine itself actually creates less volume in the engine.
Higher compression.
Correct. You get higher compression ratio. So you buy a normal car, become a Sky Active engine.
So you are actually you have to spend more just to burn normally.
Correct. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because why? Okay. What are the repercussions for the normal layman? So if you have a higher compression ratio, you put a lower RON, the car will detune it automatically, the ECU. So you get less power, less pickup, and less response for the car.
Thank you. One last thing is, what are some of the worst maintained cars you've seen?
Okay, so one of the worst maintained cars that comes to my mind will be this BMW. Nothing against BMW. Okay,
Yeah. It's the owner.
I'm not too sure because this car came in without history.
Okay.
So we have no prior history to what the car has done outside. Yeah. So the car comes in, owner asks us to diagnose the car.
Yeah.
The car is under power, doesn't rev and everything. So we said, okay, fine, we will try to see what's wrong. Usually, of course, we will check the spark plugs, the gearbox, all the
Was
usual.
that a diesel or a petrol?
That was actually petrol.
Okay.
A petrol
okay,
car,
okay.
correct. So we check all these things first. So it looks dirty, of course. We replace them. Still the same issue. So I say, can it be? What's wrong with the car? So we actually we open up the engine oil cap. We saw sludge on the cap itself.
Oh.
Yeah, so you can see sludge already. That is not a good sign already. So actually, what we do is that we open up the cylinder head, and literally, I kid you not, later I'll see whether I can find a photo. It looks like black ice cream inside. So
Charcoal ice cream.
Charcoal ice cream, correct, to be exact. You can scoop up the ice cream, it's like mud like that. Yeah, inside the engine. Yeah, that's right.
Imagine how hard the
Correct.
move.
Exactly. So imagine those things are already jamming up already. Yeah, so the thing will just fail eventually, like the engine. Eventually.
Oh, that's nightmare.
Yeah, so that's a nightmare. So yeah, so we clean up the engine, overhaul the engine and everything. So that could be 2 to 2 reasons. Number 1, prolonged service interval, and number 2, using engine oil, which is fake engine oil, because in the market a lot of fake engine oils.
Oh yes.
A lot of fake engine oils.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Be careful with that. Fake engine oils.
Correct. So a lot of pricing. I mean, sometimes online, Lazada, Shopee. So you'll be very, very careful on that because you might get a lot of fake stuff online. Fake lubricants, because lubricant you can't see.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
The only way to test is to actually bring the lubricants to the lab to test the lubricants. Otherwise, I give you cooking oil, chapisao, and the engine oil. You can't tell the difference. So it looks very clean. Correct.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. Again, this is the Porsche lover, and it's not just Porsche lah. Any car related stuff, you can ask Adrian. He's a good friend of mine, a great car enthusiast, and of course a super helpful mechanic when your exhaust drops on the floor. All right. So I'll put the his IG, his YouTube links, all that there, and do follow him. All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.